At this time, I'd like to remind you that I'm not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. My YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only and to document my journey in the crypto space. I encourage you to pause the video at this time to read the full disclaimer. And now let's get on with the show. Okay, let's try this again. For some reason, my computer is just not working properly. I'm going to make it short. I just recorded literally a 20-minute video, and the thing didn't want to record. So, I just want to talk. So this video is going to be, I'll do it real brief. I'm going to talk about the dApps that I'm in, that I'm still in, kind of what I think is going on. Personally, what I think is happening is as this market keeps going up, it keeps bouncing off that 8,000 and coming down. So everybody's been waiting for this thing to come up. People, I think, are getting out of the dApps, selling some of their stuff, sending it over to Bitcoin, buying other bags of things that are jumping. Market's a little bit down right now. There's a couple that are spiking up at the moment. But for the most part, everything is just every time Bitcoin hits 8,000 and dumps, everything else dumps. So people, I think, are just trying to build their bags right now. dApps that I'm still currently in. Let's make sure this is still recording. It is. dApps that I still fiddle around with. One of them is TronPays. I'm not currently logged in, but this one I probably get about very little. I do a lot of just fun, more just to play the casino and the slot machines and stuff. But now they also have table games. You can actually play blackjack and Texas Hold'em and stuff like that, and you can actually play against other people, which is really cool. So this Tron is still chugging along very, very nicely. I just don't have enough Tron to play around. I've sold a lot of it to try and get into other coins that I'm trying to repurchase at the bottom. Tron's still doing well. A little bit of concern. There's a lot of FUD going around in the Telegram because the developer has kind of disappeared recently. He's not really responding quite a bit. The dividends are taking forever. We're currently on round 5. It's about 75% of the way through the dividend. I guess this is probably not going to load simply because I'm not logged into my wallet. I got about 1,500 TRX waiting. This has been sitting about 70 to 74% for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks. So the dividends are definitely going very, very slowly. There's not enough volume coming through here yet. I still say it's one of the slickest, and I like this one. For some reason, it's just not getting a lot of play. Now there's a lot of FUD going around thinking that the lead developer left, but well, remains to be seen. Bankroll still chugging along. They have a new daily. The daily is basically, it's more of like a FOMO-ish type of game. Basically what you do is it costs 10 tickets, which is 10 TRX. You can do 10 or more. In fact, what we'll do, let's just get logged in so you guys can see it. Basically what it does is you buy into each round. Each round is about 4 hours. Let's refresh this. It's about 4 hours. There is a pot down here. So the current jackpot is 4,700. And the essence is this is round 74. This is how many people are currently playing. So minimum of 10 tickets. You can buy more. The person who buys the most tickets during the round becomes the whale of that round. So when the timer runs out, which this one has 2 hours left, then the whale gets 60% of the pot. So they'll get 60% of what's in here. And then one random other person, no matter big or small, from the players in that current round get 40%. Haven't won yet, tried 7 times. We'll see how it plays out. I sold all my credits, bought it back into Bitcoin, buying other things that I've lost during the down market. The other one, IOST Play, stopped playing this one. It's just boring to me. It's nothing fancy. It is a ring game and a dice game. So like everything else, it's kind of very annoying. I just wish there was other things that were more interactive, which I'll get into in just a moment. Still in TronPays. This one took a beating. It went down. It was above 1 million, now down to 480,000. Let's redeposit this. I've already pulled out what I've put into this, so this is all just gravy on the top. I'm hoping it'll bounce back. The developer on this one has also been a little silent lately. Not sure where he went. He was working on a couple of projects, but they have since kind of disappeared a bit. So I'm not wondering. I'm wondering if everything's okay. I'm waiting for him to come back with the next big thing or the next big game he's going to come out with. A lot of people sold at the top. You can't blame them. In essence, this is still a game. I'm going to be solid with the community. It's still a game. but I'm going to hold on to these for dear life for quite a while since I've already gotten my initial investment out. And let's wait for the next game to come out. Next is Blaze. Haven't played this much. I feel like you need to be more active on this one, and I just don't have the time, as you can tell from the inconsistency of my videos. I just don't have the time for this one. I can't put in the effort that it warrants. You basically, the premise is this is the exchange rate of their Blaze tokens. So every 1,000 tokens, Blaze tokens, you're going to get 0.94 TRX. The goal is when this value on the exchange is low, you mine the heck out of it over here, which is basically a high-low game. Hold on to them. If you hold on to the Blaze tokens for 12 hours, it automatically sells at current rate. Otherwise, you wait for this value to go up as people sell and the demand goes up. Then you can sell your Blaze tokens when it goes above 1 TRX, in essence, making money. They also have a Kings game, very similar to the Flush game over here. And basically what you do is you spend 100 TRX to try and get the Iron Chair. If you roll, it's between 0 and 400. If you roll 200 or greater, you get that chair. Everybody who rolls after you on that particular value, if they get 200 or less, you get a percentage of what they lost. If they roll 200 or more, they dethrone you, and you got to try again. You also earn Blaze tokens, or Blaze, I don't know what they call it. Yeah, Blaze tokens, I guess. And so you earn dividends on that. Oh, look, I have 1 TRX. You can tell how much I play this. So next is, so this is one that I'm keeping my eye on as soon as I get more Tron. I'm really curious how this is going to play out. So this is called Rocket Game. They have quite a few games supposedly that are going to be coming out. Battleship, Rocket Dice, all these different things, which are basically kind of like board games, but they're redoing them. First one they came out with was Monopoly. And it's actually really fun. It's more of like a hyper Monopoly. It's not really true Monopoly, but it's got the same premise. You go around the board, it automatically rolls for you. You can play against 4 or 3 other people. You buy, in essence, you quote, buy properties, and if they land on those properties, they pay you TRX. At the moment, I just don't have enough. I sold a lot of my TRX to go buy other coins and things. So, but I'm going to come back over here and play this a little bit more. You also end up getting coins for this also, and you'll start getting dividends and such. So I'm going to work on that. But this one seems like it have pretty good potential. So the other thing that I wanted to bring up while I'm on this video is what I've kind of been up to since the Tron Dapps and Dapp space. Oh wait, I forgot this one, Hypereth. Sorry about that, Hypereth. So Hypereth still chugging along, doing well. The contract went down just a smidge. People buying or selling to make profits. You can't blame them. Hasn't quite had that wonderful, whale spike up yet, but they're working on it. They just revamped this entire scene, or this entire screen. Or website, I should say. It's actually really slick now. I like it even better than the other one. They still have the same games. They're working on a Moon game, which anybody who's been in the space knows what the Moon games are. Hopefully that'll drive some more people in here into the site itself. Really, really slick. The developer's still very open, honest, very active in the community. They're working on quite a few different things. One of the biggest things I liked about this that they changed is now you can actually put a picture on here, like an avatar picture, as well as set a username, so you kind of know who you're playing against. And that is actually going to link to this over here, game leaders, leaderboards, and there's also going to be tournaments, actually, that they're going to be announcing that you can kind of compete versus one another. So that's going to be really cool. So on to what I've been kind of doing in the off time. A long time ago, I used to mine in my house, Bitcoin mine with rigs in my house itself, and it just, between the electricity cost, the noise, the heat, it just kind of really wasn't worth effort. So I ended up converting over to cloud mining. Now, I've tried quite a few of them. One of them being Genesis, one of them being Hashflare, and then this one here, OxBTC. So this is by far, if you are thinking about mining, if you're into mining, if you do cloud mining, and you haven't seen this yet, you need to get into it. What sets them apart? One is their maintenance fee and their electricity fees are pretty low, comparatively speaking. They no longer offer lifetime contracts per se, but a lot of them are either 3 to 5 year contracts. All the contracts that I currently hold are lifetime, which are these BTC S9i, the BTC S9i SE, and the GigaHash S9. These are all lifetime contracts. And the reason I like these, so these are, here's what I like about it. I've been building these terahash, this 11 here, this 1 here, this 14 over here, this 500 here, and this 500 here. I've been building these over many years. I've been with this OxBTC for about 3 years now. And what sets them apart, in my opinion, is whereas Genesis, I lost all my mining power when the market went down. So they added, if it was no longer profitable for 30 days, your contract is void. Same thing with other cloud mining sites that I've done. OxBTC, they basically have a 6-month window. I'll have to double check that. I believe it's a 6-month window. So for 6 months during this year, it was not making any profit. My contract was still active. Randomly, back in, I don't remember what it was, February or March, something like that, there was this random spike in Bitcoin, and my contracts became profitable again. I made about, I don't know, 16 cents on that particular day, but because it became profitable on that one day, all of my contracts renewed again, and I got another 6 months. So now, fast forward to now, Bitcoin's starting to kind of hang out above that 6,500, 7,000 level. So all of these are now active again, and I'm making money on them again. Currently, with this amount of hash rate, so I have 11, that's what, 25 and 2, that's 27, about 28 terahash, 29 terahash. I make about $60 to $70 at current Bitcoin price a month. Which, sure, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's $60 or $70 that I haven't had before, and I'm not doing anything for it. They do all the maintenance, they do everything. Now imagine if everybody's anticipating all the Bitcoin that I'm making from this. So I don't see it in a US dollar value. My goal is to get as much Bitcoin as I can. So let's just say I'm making $60, $70 in dollars in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up to 10,000 or 20,000 again, I'm now making, now this is before the halving also. Keep that in mind. Next year there's a halving and the block rate goes down. I haven't quite figured out when to do there yet. But as the Bitcoin value rises up, the amount of Bitcoin I've mined and I'm holding goes up. So in reality, this will pay itself back. I'm not quite even. I'm probably pretty close to it, though. That's only because we've been in this horrible market for the last year. I probably would have been even by now had it been mining the entire time. Now that Bitcoin has decided to kind of hover around the 7,500 to 8,000 range and hopefully keep going up from there, these will continue to make profit. And all my Bitcoin, about twice a month, once a month, I cash this out. So again, it's about $60, $70 a month. Half of it goes to my cold wallet to store Bitcoin. The other half goes into my portfolios or different exchanges where I can exchange for other coins that I'm holding on to, waiting for them to rise in value also. So now, full disclosure, I am an ambassador for this, meaning I signed up for this company about a year ago to help spread the word and kind of be a global entity for anybody that has questions or wants to join. So I do have a referral link that you can use. I do get a little bit from it. I think I actually just get a little bit of hashing power, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure. But even if I wasn't, even before I was an ambassador, I was still pushing this. Now that it's profitable again, I would highly suggest you look into it also, especially since they just came out with a new, the newest antliners, the S17s have come out, which are even higher performance, lower energy cost. And now China's in what they call the wet season. This is all based out of China. In the wet season, the electricity cost goes down immensely simply because they use hydropower to power a lot of these. So OxBTC, I'll put a link down below. And the last one I talk about is this Shrimpy. If you guys haven't seen this before, there's a couple other ones like this, but I like this one the best. They've been constantly innovating. They've been constantly updating. They're very vocal. They're very active. And basically what they are is in essence, it's a portfolio balancing program. You sign up for it. It's free. There is a paid subscription that gets you a couple more bells and whistles. I haven't used it yet. I'll wait and see. I've been trying this out for the last maybe 2-3 months. In essence, what you do is you log in. Once you log in, you create a portfolio, and the portfolio is based on which exchange you want to use. So I use 2 major exchanges. I use Binance and Kraken. So I have 2 in here, 2 portfolios, one linked to Kraken and one linked to Binance. Once you create an API, if you haven't done that before, I can show you. Well, no, I'm not going to show you. You'll just have to go through the step-by-steps on the sites to get your API and secret key. You link the API to Shrimpy, and what Shrimpy is allowed to do is buy and sell on your behalf based on the percentages that you have designated that you want. So, for instance, my Kraken account, I have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, XRP, and Stellar is my portfolio. Now it's broken down to about 50% Bitcoin is my portfolio. Everything else is broken down below that, 10, 5, 3, whatever percentages I chose. And then you can set it, Shrimpy, to say once a week, once a day, once a month, whatever you want. And it will constantly buy and sell on your behalf to keep the percentages equal on your portfolio that you designated. In essence, trying to build your value up, so to speak. I've been doing it for a couple months. I'll keep you up to date how it turns out. So far, I love it. It's really simple, really intuitive. What's really cool is I actually have on my Blockfolio on my phone. So I have an API that goes to Shrimpy for Binance. So Shrimpy will automatically keep my percentages accurate, and then I have an API for my Blockfolio, which tells me my up-to-date real-time Binance information. So it's actually really cool. So it's kind of like a self-automated portfolio maintenance. It's kind of cool. So what do I do is going back to this, as I mine, I'll pull about 50% out, I'll kick it into my Bitcoin wallet, my cold storage. The other part I'll either put into Kraken or into Binance, and then Shrimpy just starts balancing it out appropriately. So really cool. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you up to date on as to how it's performing. And that's about all I got. Let's hope this is still recording, which it is. Excelente. All right, guys, if you have any questions or if you have anything you want to talk about, any questions about what I talked about, anything about cloud mining, let me know. Anything, whatever the next video you'd like it to be on, just drop a comment below. I appreciate you guys staying tuned, and I'll catch you soon. All right, bye.